He's on the way. Thank you for coming.
No problem. He's lucky to have a friend like you, helping him out with the whole situation.
I know what you're thinking, Amira. He's a gentleman and a decent human being, by most people's standards, I suppose. But we're not romantically involved. I don't mix work and everything else.
Oh, right. Then, if you don't mind me asking, why are you helping him out?
Look, if Lucas wanted to be the head of the temple, he could. It's in his father's will. But, as you know, he zealously opposes everything and anything linked to his father, much to the delight of Ariel. Nevertheless, he wields great power. If only he had the desire, the reason, to use it.
Okay. What's in it for you?
Whatever happens, there is something for me to gain. Influence, contacts, currencies of social commerce. That type of thinking pulled me out of a life of exploitation. The world is cruel to the weak.
Sorry for making you wait. Accident along the expressway. Thank you for coming. Tell me, Amira, how would you like a tour of the Temple of the Self's Great Abode?
Oh?
It turns out we didn't quite get everything my father left me at the abode. According to the itemized list, there was a red lockbox in his office that was meant for me. We missed that one. Unfortunately, my sister had a protection order issued against me, probably from one of the cops on her payroll.
Let me guess. She's barred you from entering the Great Abode's premises.
Pretty much. Unless I've signed approval from her, which we both know is probably not going to happen. We both know I'm not going to do that. I want to distance myself from the temple, not lead it. Besides, removing Ariel from the council would be near impossible without angering many of the council members. She's got them wrapped around her finger.
So what's the plan? Do I walk in like a lost soul and take that tour of the premises you were mentioning? Have a little snoop around?
I was hoping you would. Ariel doesn't spend too much time at the abode. She's usually gone by lunchtime. You'd have a better chance of sneaking in without her around.
Got it. I'll go as soon as I can, and I'll keep you in the loop.
Thank you. I'm not sure what's in that box, but it's more a matter of principle. I won't let Ariel have anything that isn't hers.
Okay. I'll make sure to keep Lily updated once I have something to report. See you both soon.
Brothers and sisters! It's not too late to turn away. You are lost. You wander this world with your eyes to the ground, blind to God's beacon. And when you die, you will go straight to hell! Shun these false prophets and idols. The temple of the self is a temple of lies. Return to your savior!
Welcome, sister. Do you need any assistance? It is. Some would praise the wonders of human ingenuity, but I prefer to marvel at the grace of our Creator when He endowed us with said ingenuity. I'm Brother Sammy D'Souza. I'm the temple's keeper of tradition. Well, to put it simply, I help preserve the traditions and customs of our temple in the written word and video content, lest they be forgotten. Most of the time, I write learning material. I'm also a theological researcher, always looking for answers in the teachings of history's great prophets. And on some days, I also volunteer as a guide. Today is one such day. Would you like a tour? Lovely. I can't think of a better place to start than with the founder himself. As you probably already know, this is our church's founder and most revered brother, Caleb Yo. May the I've known Brother Caleb for decades. We were in the same unit during our national service years. He was an active and generally healthy man, even into his 60s. But isn't that the case with so many people? Full of vigor and life. But when the time comes for the Creator to call them into His eternal kingdom, the soul simply cannot decline.
That's funny.
What is?
I don't know, I was expecting him to be more...
More like a car salesman?
No, but that's not what I meant. You know how the other church leaders can be like flashy, bombastic even?
I get it. Faith these days is a commodity, and many see adherence as an act of stupidity and naivety. The institutions that watch over the flocks are to be blamed, for the most part. But they don't speak for the rest of us.
But aren't you one such institution yourselves? I mean this with all due respect, but the temple is one of Singapore's most profitable enterprises.
Yes, it is. But Caleb never intended it to be that way. These past few years, he's delegated governance to more ambitious people.
Ariel?
What Caleb lacked in showmanship, his daughter possesses in spades. Front page covers, talk show interviews, sponsorships. It pains me to say it, but this wasn't what Caleb had in mind. This should be interesting. They're doing what's known as a great reset. The session leader is helping a temple member exorcise the demons of his past. Listen.
was intense.
Caleb believed that psychoanalysis was useful in meditation sessions. It helps people find the roots of their personal suffering. I've personally never tried it. Not a fan. But I suppose it has its uses. Come, let's keep going.
Oh, why are we here?
It's clear from your reaction you've been here before.
Oh, well, I might have passed by.
I saw you with Lucas the other day. I didn't get to hear the whole conversation with Ariel, but I do know you're here because you probably missed something. I'm thinking, is that red lockbox over there?
Yes, it was included in the will, but we forgot to bring it with us when we were here.
Take it. Caleb wanted Lucas to have it.
Is that all right with you? Won't you get in trouble?
What Ariel doesn't know won't hurt her. Besides, I don't think there's much she can do aside from giving this old goat a stern talking to.
You don't get along with her, I see.
I joined the temple because I believed Caleb's vision was pure. Not perfect, but I believed he really wanted to help people. I still do. I don't know if I can say the same for Ariel. She sees the temple as an instrument of power.
Unfortunately, Lucas believes his father is just as guilty of that greed. He thinks his father ran the temple like a business.
I can't blame him. Lucas never really knew what was in his father's heart. And that was Caleb's fault. He got carried away by the temple's success. He rarely had time for Lucas and Ariel when they were growing up. And when Caleb was finally ready to be a father again, Lucas never gave him a chance.
And what do you think? Do you still believe in the temple's cause?
Do you believe in God?
I have a complicated relationship with my spirituality.
Yes, I've heard that before. Some people are so preoccupied looking for proof that God doesn't exist, that He could be right in front of them, and they'd still miss Him. I see Him in everything, in every moment. He illuminates my life with purpose, to help the lost find their way again. That is why I am here. Anyway, that concludes the tour. You are?
Amira, thank you for that. And for this.
Please give Lucas my regards. Tell him I miss him. And he should call me sometime. See you again, Amira.
Amira, talk to me. Great work. What's in it? Dispose of the data shards, Amira. They're of no use or value to me. Amira, as much as I value you and the assistance you provide me, I have to remind you that you do not know my father. Please, respect my wishes. Dispose of the data shards. Thank you. I'm transferring the fee now. Thank you for everything. I hope to see you again soon. I want some time to myself for a while, but I'm sure we'll speak again one day.
This is Caleb Yo. I am recording this on the 23rd of November, 2031. This recording is meant for and is to be delivered to my only son, Lucas Yo. Lucas, my boy. I have resorted to recording a hollow diary because it is the only way I know to get a message through to you in case I never get the chance to do it in person ever again. I went to see the doctor last week. He tells me I'm doing well. Best outlook for a 60-something he's seen in a long time, he says. But you never know. It's never in our hands. Anyway, enough about me. How are you? It's not like I'll be able to hear you answer, but it feels good to be able to ask anyway. I haven't spoken to you in so long. I have to watch old videos of you just so I don't forget what you sound like. I miss you terribly. Sometimes I think about walking away from the temple. I wonder if it will help fix things between us. But I cannot abandon the flock. I feel torn, and I haven't really been in control for a long time. The path I have chosen is a river, and I am floating further and further away from the people I love. And I've been drifting so long, I feel it is impossible to swim back now. I wonder if I've lost my way. Some days, the light that guides me is so faint, I can hardly make it out in the fog of my mind. Well, that's certainly enough for one recording. I quite like this. Feels like I'm really talking to you. I hope that doesn't sound too sad. Alright then. Until the next time. Lucas, have I got news for you? I have just put in motion what I believe is going to be the temple's greatest contribution to society. I've been thinking long and hard about how we can be more than just a community helping each other find spiritual fulfillment. I want that fulfillment to come not just from studying ourselves and our lives. I want it to come from real acts of charity and humanity. The world is burning, Lucas. We do not need bunkers and personality cults promising salvation. We need to help the world heal, and we do that with the temple's wealth. I call it the Angels Share Initiative, and I've given you sole power to enforce it on my behalf in case, something happens to me before I can make it a reality. Sign the documents and Sammy will do the rest. You'll find them with Adham in Cairo. Head to my villa there, he'll fill you in. I've never felt more excited about anything in a long time. And I want you to know I'm doing this because I want you to be proud of me, Lucas. I know you think the temple is exploitative. This is my way of showing you my intentions have always been pure. This is for you, son.
Money isn't the only motivating factor. Could have gone to the factory owners too, I'm not pure evil, Miss Darma. I know. What brings you here anyway? Last I checked, we did good on Lucas's last job. How's that going? Caleb certainly had a knack for keeping us on the edge of our seats. What is it, this Angels Share initiative? Lucas? And you'll need resources too, I'm guessing. Do it. Lucas will be furious about the recordings, but this sounds important. He has to know. Good luck. Getting into Caleb's Bab Al Ghurub villa might be tricky without an invitation. Amira, are you in Cairo? Looks like I'll have to save the questions for later. Get home now. I'm sending you some cash. Just get here as fast as you can. Not at all. Plenty of room in here if you care to join. Not a fan of hot tubs, or not a fan of close proximity to strangers without their clothes on. Relax. I'm just playing with you. Men, in contrast, won't even wait for you to ask. I've lost count of the number of times I've had to point a gun at a patron just so he can keep his clothes on. Indeed. I've turned it into something of a trade. They'll spill confidential government information in the company of a beautiful woman. Give them a smile, and they'll give you a minister's direct extension. A touch on the shoulder for a quick look at the company's books. A kiss on the cheek for the password to a bank's client database. Play it right, and you can run this city without anyone ever knowing. That's what the gun's for, Amira. I fear no alpha. They all bleed a deep shade of red. People aren't black and white. Lucas has his vices, but he's no troglodyte. Apologies. I know you're here on business. Give me a minute. So, what did you find in Cairo?
Lucas, my boy. The last time I recorded an entry, I promised you I'd explain everything. Now, as you know, your sister has done a wonderful job of managing the temple's investment fund over the years. However, I've long felt that it serves the rich and the greedy more than it does the people who need our help the most. I have decided to donate all the profits from this fund to charitable organizations managed by Sammy and myself. We're calling it the Angels Share Initiative. Scholarships for children in war-torn countries, public kitchens for poor senior citizens. The possibilities are endless. The means by which the profits are made may be questionable, but they have the power to change lives just the same. The impact of Ariel's hard work will finally serve a meaningful purpose. I'm sure she'll be pleased. I hope to sign the order sometime in the next few months. But you know me, ever the worrier. I've kept a copy of the binding order with my signature here in Cairo, where it will be safe. I have hope that maybe, just maybe, if you found out about this, you'll want to be part of it. We can do this together. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. End of recording.
Well, this just turned everything on its head. No, it isn't. We need someone on the inside. Someone who knows the inner workings of the council to shed light on Caleb's last days.
See you again, Amira. Good to meet you. Lucas speaks highly of you. He's a good man. His father loved him. Just a hunch. I knew that whatever you learned from those holotapes would prove too irresistible to leave alone. So, I told Adham that he may or may not be expecting a guest. I know. That's why I haven't acted. I was hoping instead you'd find some sort of lead. Something happened to him. Someone did something. But it's enough reason to keep digging. One of the tenets of the Temple of the Self is the holiness of the body. No blood transfusion. infusions, no cosmetic surgery, but most importantly, no defacing or mutilation of the body after death. Caleb was taken to the temple crematorium less than a day after his death. That is, unfortunately, the hand we are dealt. Amira, all I can think of now is for you to do what you excel at doing. Caleb had a daughter, Andy, Andrew Palm, if my memory serves me right. He has a clinic at Orchard. Caleb went to see him when he fell ill, a few days before he passed away suddenly. Perhaps you could speak to him, see if he'll be willing to share Caleb's last diagnosis. Yes, besides, he's also friends with Ariel. We don't want to run the risk of her finding out what we're doing.
Finally, huh?
This is Sammy.
All good things, I hope.
Always just good things. And this is...
Hello, Lily.
Justin, long time.
Long time. Hope you've been behaving, huh?
Of course I have. My establishment is a refuge of peace in the circus that is Geylang. Just ask your boss.
I rather not. Anyway, this is Cassandra. Best goddamn forensics tech in the force.
I'll tell you. Let me handle that.
Didn't I ask you to destroy those tapes? Amira, those were technically my property. I asked you nicely to destroy them. Now you're telling me you not only chose not to do what I asked, you listened to them too. You can't be serious. What exactly did your instincts lead you to this time? What? Wait, what? How do you know this? How do you know he was poisoned? Oh God! Do you know who did it? Who? Of course you do. When are you going? But what if it's not safe? She's no angel, Amira. Okay. I'll head over. Situation to escalate any more than it already has. Please, for the love of all that is good and decent, be careful. If she really is a killer,
What the hell are you doing here?
Ariel, we need to talk.
Talk to the police.
Your father didn't die of natural causes.
What? Are you insane? You're not...
He was poisoned. Thallium, to be precise. But nobody would have known that. No autopsy, nobody to investigate after the cremation.
How?
Luckily for us, Sammy held on to a lock of Caleb's hair. We took it to the forensics lab. According to the results, they were far above the lethal dose. A man in his 60s, he had no chance.
Oh my God.
The Angels' Share initiative threatened to destroy everything you worked hard for. What? His hollow diaries revealed a man who had found new purpose in his life. A man who had seized on an opportunity to rewrite his legacy. A chance to reconnect with his son. And you were about to lose it all, Ariel.
What? What are you saying?
It's a long way down from where you're standing, Ariel. Nothing's going to undo what you did. This world loves nothing more than to see an ambitious young woman who wasn't afraid to make her mark stumble, and fall. I will go with you right now to the superintendent of the CID, and I will do what I can to make sure you avoid the gallows.
Dad.
Let's go, Ariel. Do the right thing.
We had a fight the last time we spoke. He wanted me to sign the papers. He wanted my consent. The Angels Share initiative was a ridiculous idea. The brainchild of a man who had become acutely aware of his mortality. It was a desperate act of redemption. And yes, it was his way of reconnecting with Lucas. And it pushed aside everything that I dedicated so many years of my life to. I signed them.
What?
All my life, I just wanted to make Dad proud. You know, he was never the same man when Mom passed away. Always distant, always focused on the church and his flock. When he and Lucas fell apart, he did everything he could to save the relationship. He pleaded, he begged. He was always coming up with new ideas to reinvent himself, to be the father Lucas wanted. And I was left alone in the background, doing everything I could to get his attention. I thought to myself, maybe if I worked harder, maybe if I tried harder. In the end, work was all I had. The success of the temple and the wealth it accumulated became my consolation. But deep in my heart, I just wanted my father back. So when I saw what the Angels Share initiative meant to him, when I saw how much he needed it, how could I refuse?
Ariel,
Yeah, I know. I don't blame you for thinking I'd oppose Dad's plans. People have a certain impression of me. I get that. And Lucas... I hate to be the one to tell you this, Amira, but he's really good at playing victim. Whatever he told you about how he wants nothing to do with the temple, easy for him to say when he receives 5% of the profits earned from the investment fund.
I didn't know that.
It's not your fault for not knowing. It's Lucas's fault for not telling you. It was Dad's idea. He wanted Lucas to benefit from the temple, one way or another. I did all the work, but he got to enjoy the fruits of my labor. It's frustrating. It's also unfair.
Wait, hang on. You're telling me Lucas was going to lose that percentage of the profits if the Angels Share project went through?
Well, yeah. He goes on and on about how he doesn't care about the money, and he had Dad fooled, you know. But I knew the moment he heard about Angels Share, he must have freaked out. I won't lie, I signed the documents partly to cut him off and expose his act.
No.
What's wrong? Amira, where is Lucas?
You made me do this.
Lucas, no!
No!
Don't do this!
Lucas, please.
Close your eyes.
Please.
Shh.
Lucas!
Lucas! What have you done? I'm sorry.
Amira?
Are you alright?
Yeah. Ugh. This Kevlar vest was a great investment.
Oh, thank goodness.
You could have had it all. You just lost your way.
Morning.
Sammy,
Sorry for arriving uninvited. Hate to get in the way of a busy day.
not at all. Come in. Have a seat. How's it going? How's Ariel?
Well, for someone who lost what remained of her family in such a short period of time, and under such circumstances, she's stronger than anyone I've ever known. And I think she'll be okay.
I can't believe I got it all wrong, Sammy.
Oh, I'm sure she forgives you, and you ought to forgive yourself. You saved her life.
Still, my instincts betrayed me.
The fault isn't in believing our instincts are never wrong. The fault is in believing they aren't allowed to be.
You really know how to say the right things, Sammy. Wish I had a sidekick like you.
Well, when do I start? You think I'm joking, don't you?
You're not?
I'm too old for the temple. And as much as I love Ariel, her vision for it is not compatible with mine. Old man like me could use a job. Don't tell anyone, but living on my pension is a miserable way to spend my twilight years.
You want to work here? At a detective agency? You know, it doesn't pay great either.
I'm not here for the paycheck. I'm here to prove I can still be of use. I've met many people in the temple. People who could prove useful to us one way or another. Failing that, I suppose, I could offer spiritual guidance, whatever that's worth to you.
Sammy, the job is yours. But there's just not enough space at the moment. Give me some time to sort it out. I'm sure we can rent more space.
Oh, I don't want to be such an expensive burden, Amira.
No, you aren't. Growing my team was always in the cards. I'll be in touch as soon as your office is ready. You know, I wonder, what's Ariel's secret? How did she get so good at timing the market?
Well, there's rumors that she hired some sort of secretive programming genius or something. He built her a program that basically automated the temple's investments.
I wouldn't be surprised. Robot investors aren't really new technology. Maybe this programming genius knows something the others don't.
Maybe so.
Well, anyway, let's go get lunch.
Great idea. I never told you, but one big reason I chose to work here is to be close to the food.
Smart move.